Hello world, and welcome to a new little segment on my channel, which is going to be Misha Chats part 1. Oh, it's not quite central, let me just fix that. So basically I posted donkeys ago about wanting to do like an honesty Q&A, if you know what I mean, like where I don't really crop any of it out. I mean, I don't really, as a YouTube person, crop that much out anyway. Like, I probably crop out about 2%, so that's why my videos are so long. Apologies. But, yeah, the only bit I'm going to crop out in this video is going to be, like, in between where I'm reading the questions, because you guys don't need that annoying little bit of silence whilst I'm trying to process what is written down. But, yeah, so I asked you guys ages ago for just some questions that you wanted answers to, and I thought we'd start a little series. So this is part 1, and I hope you all enjoy. Now, let's just go to my phone. I always do them on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram, and it's Misha_Grimes. And then I always ask if you want any questions answered, then you can message me on there or comment down below on this video at the end if there's any other questions you have for me, and then I can do a part 2. But yes, so the first one I thought it was quite light-hearted, so it's a first kiss story. Now, the thought that I'm going to be talking about my first kiss on YouTube for like the whole world to see is quite strange, but we're just gonna go with it. So I'm trying to think about how old I was. I think I was about 15 the first time I ever kissed someone, and it was like the biggest deal to me. Like looking back at it now, I'm like, oh bless my soul, but I know exactly why, like, because everyone like hypes it up. They're like, oh my gosh, no, I've kissed this many people, no, I've kissed this many people, and then there's Misha just there like, yeah, I've kissed no one, lol. But you know, that was fine. I wasn't gonna be pressured into anything, so it was a-okay. I remember I was at like this party thing, because I feel like we all went through that stage when we were about 15, 16, where like everyone had parties. And I think it was actually like a camping party. Like we were out in like these little igloo things, really strange, don't know why, random like forest somewhere. I promise I was safe. It was in someone's garden. They were just like, their garden was a forest. Yeah, anyway, let's get on to the kiss bit. So I remember I like really fancied this guy, and I feel like, I think he may have previously had a girlfriend, and then they broke up, and then it was like quite a while later. And then I actually remember I was swinging on one of those like swing things, you know, people build in their garden with like a rope, on one of them, and then I like got off of it, and then he kissed me, and then I was like, OMG, life has been changed. And I remember it being really cringe, and it being like late at night, and we were like on this like balcony. This is 15-year-old Misha. I am cringing inside so much right now. And I remember like us kissing and like looking out into the stars. Vomit. I'm pretty sure then I thought we were gonna like be together, because you know I let him kiss me / I kissed him, so to me that was a massive deal, and I thought we were gonna be together forever, and he literally sent me one text after that. At least I tried, guys. At least I tried. I've never been a kissy person. I've never really gone around and kissed that many people, but it's totally fine. It's up to you what you do, and I think that's the thing. Like, I remember being like, oh my gosh, I haven't kissed anyone, like blah 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 blah. But it really wasn't a big deal. Like once I'd kissed someone, I was like, oh, is that it? But like, it's always like that with things in life. Like until you've done it, you like think it's a massive deal, and then you do it and you're like, oh. Like I'm a bit like that with injections. I'm really scared of needles, but only the thought of the needle, and then when I'm actually having it done, it's not that bad. So yeah, describe my first kiss as not that bad. So funny. But yeah, if you want any more story times about things like that, those sort of things, then comment down below and let me know, because I mean, it's funny. Like I feel like because now I'm a bit older, I can like look back and cringe at myself and like see what it was like, whereas at the time if you'd asked me, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like I'm so grown up, I kissed a boy, blah 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 blah. I kissed a boy and it wasn't that great, it was fine. Hope my boyfriend don't mind it. Cash. Okay, next question. Oh, okay, so this one is also relevant to boys. I don't know why I keep on picking all the boys' questions. But it's saying, basically, this girl messaged me and she said that she's clueless when it comes to guys. She doesn't have many guy friends at school. How would I recommend socializing with guys? Now, this actually kind of brings up a topic that I wanted to discuss in another video about like friendships and about like keeping in the loop and stuff like that and blah 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 blah. But like, I am not like the #1 socializing person. I feel like everyone probably sees me on YouTube and thinks I'm like this big, crazy, wild person who like goes out all the time and sees all her friends, blah 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 blah. But I'm very crazy, like I am. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not on YouTube, but I'm not like a going out person. Like, I'm crazy at home. Like, I am happy to sit on a Saturday night at home, edit my YouTube videos, do my work. Like, I'm not like a wild party drinker sort of person. So I do want to do a video about that because someone actually messaged me about how to sort of not miss out even if you don't want to go out partying and don't want to drink and stuff like that. So I think that's quite important. But back to socializing with boys. I mean, I don't really... Like, do I have any? I have like guy friends who are like friends, boyfriends. I've just never been that person that like needs to always be talking to someone. Like, I don't need to always be texting a friend. I'm just quite like, it's weird because I'm very like a people person. Like, I love having people around, but I think because I have that with mum and my family and Chloe, my best friend that lives in Scotland, like I don't need to be texting loads of people. Like, I'm not a texter. I don't text lots of people. Like, I don't text boys in a relationshipy way, in like a boyfriendy way, or in like a friendly way either. Like, I'll occasionally like message a few guys that I know. But I remember back when I was in secondary school, there was like a guys school next door, because I actually went to an all girls school, and we had like a little friendship group of guys. But I feel like at that age, it was like a friendship group of guys, but then we still kind of like fancied the guys, but then we didn't, but then we were friends with them, but then I don't actually think we did fancy them. I'm not really sure. It was kind of that thing where like, I don't know, it was weird. It was weird. But I do love guy friendships. I feel like they're a lot more low maintenance than girls, because guys are typically a bit more chilled and everything like that. So I don't know. I think it's difficult because when you're younger, I feel like everyone thinks you can't be friends with guys without it meaning something, like without you instantly like being a thing or like being in a relationship. But as I've grown older, I've seen that like you can 100% be like best friends with a guy and it not be something that it's not, like it not be like a relationship or it not be like a flirty thing. Oh, what's mum doing up there? But it literally just being a friendship. So yes. Everyone actually always asks about how I stay so positive and how I'm so happy. Now, I am an incredibly happy person. Like, I'm a smiley person. I've always said I'm a glass half full sort of person, and I'm so glad that I am. But that does not mean that I get my off days. Like, trust me, I get my off days where I'm just not in the best mood, and I'm just like, you know, when you don't know why you're upset and you don't know why you're annoyed, you're just having one of those days, like your hormones are all over the place, your endorphins aren't great. And I actually get more annoyed at myself for being like that, but I really shouldn't, because like, it's okay to have those off days and to be a bit down with no reason at all, because sometimes it just can't be helped. But I think the thing is, people pretty always see me as a happy, bubbly person, because when I'm having those off days, I just kind of like detach myself, like I'm just by myself, because I don't want my negative mood to affect somebody else. So like, if I'm in a bad mood, I will tell mum like, oh, I'm not feeling it today, like I'm not in a great mood, so that if I do get a bit snappy, like it's not like I'm being horrible to her, I just can't help it. I'm basically excusing my behaviour, which isn't necessarily the right thing to do, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, so then I wouldn't necessarily like film on those days, because I don't want to film and not be in a good mood and then pretend to be someone that I'm not, pretend to be happy if I'm not in the best mood, and just like, I don't know, you know what I mean? When I'm filming my videos and I'm crazy, like I'm absolutely crazy, I am actually like that. I'm not putting it on, and I don't ever want people to think that I'm faking my personality, because anyone that meets me will know that I am exactly the same. It's not an act, I'm not scripted. I've had a few comments actually like, oh yeah, you script your videos. I'm like, I physically couldn't script my videos. I used to do acting and I was awful at it because I couldn't follow a script. I couldn't. I just can't do it. Like, I can't pretend. and act some way if I'm not that way. Like I'm just who I am, and I'm just extra, and I'm just weird, and I know that, and I embrace that, so it's fine. But I do think embracing who you are, whether you're loud, whether you're quiet, whether you're in between, whether you're shy, whether you're anything, like everyone has their own place in this world, and everyone's a certain way, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So just accepting who we are, and like our flaws and our strengths, because totally, like, I know my flaws. Like, I'm not going to pretend that I'm perfect, because I'm not. Like, I know I'm a royal pain in the butt. I know not everyone will like me, and growing up I was so scared of people not liking me. I wanted everyone to like me. I wanted everyone to be my friend, and now I've just come to the point where I'm like, if they don't like me and I haven't done anything wrong, that's not my problem. That's down to them. Like, if I've done nothing wrong, then why should I be upset that they don't like me? It's obviously something within them that is making them not like me. Does that make sense? I feel like that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I think the reason I'm so confident is because I've had the time. I've had the change between being not so confident. Like, I feel like I've always been confident, but back in the good old days when I was younger, I feel like I used to fake the confidence, to kind of fake it till you make it. Not that I've made it, but you know what I mean. So my dad is downstairs. He basically uses my dining table as an not my dining table, our dining table, as his office. So the other day he sat on like what is it called, one of those like round, not chair things, bouncy ball thingies, but like the massive ones. What are they called? I'm not even sure. But yeah, he sits on one of those as like his chair, and I was saying to him the other day, like, Dad, your back posture doesn't look great on that, because you know it's supposed to be good for your back. And he's literally just texted the family group chat photos of him. I will pop them on the screen right now, and I think his ball has burst. Never thought I'd say that my dad's balls have burst on YouTube, but you know, I mean his chair. So that is brilliant. OMG, that's so funny. Okay, yeah, I feel like, did I say enough about being confident? Hopefully. Let's move on to the next question. Someone asked how my boyfriend's going. Now, if any of you don't know, I had a little grow your own boyfriend. I actually showed this in my live recently, but I'll grab him just because it's really funny. Here he is. Now, for any of you that don't know me or know my channel, you may have thought I was going like across the room to go and like pick up my actual boyfriend. No, of course not. This is my grow your own boyfriend that Chloe got me, and it grew to about that big, and then it stopped growing, so I took it out of the water, and then it shrunk again. So we wonder why I don't have a boyfriend. I'm obviously not a very good girlfriend and everything like that. Should we sit him? Should we stand him there? Yeah. I think I called him Simon on my live. That's another reason you should follow me on Instagram, because I do Instagram lives occasionally. I'd love to do them like once a week, like every Sunday, but I don't know if would people like that. Let me know down below. Then we also have a question about bullying. Now, it's horrible that bullying is actually something that pretty much every single person on this planet faces at some point through their life. Like, literally everyone. Like, I don't know anyone that hasn't been bullied or been exposed to bullying. And it's sad that it's become part and parcel of life. Like, you just kind of have to learn to accept it, which it shouldn't be. Like, we shouldn't accept it. And I feel like so many places and so many schools are trying to tackle with the issue, but I just don't think it's one of those simple things to fix. Like, they're always like, oh, report bullying, like, tell a teacher, blah, 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 blah. And I know that's the right thing to do, and you should tell your family, tell your friends, tell your loved ones if you're being bullied. But I also know that if you are being bullied, you're typically like, you're scared of what's going to happen if you do tell someone. Like, if you tell someone at school, like if you told a teacher, you don't then want the teacher pulling that person on the side and being like, you're bullying this person, because that's so uncomfortable for you. So I do feel like schools need to like do it in a different way, and just kind of, I don't know the answer to it. Like, obviously I don't, like, I'm just little old Misha, but it's definitely something that needs to be dealt with, because even online, like, we all know about online bullying. Like, it's not just in person nowadays. That's the drawbacks of social media, the fact that it literally gives anyone a platform to be a bully without even meaning to sometimes. Like, people voice their opinions, and that's okay. Like, I am all for constructive criticism, but when it's nasty, that's when like the line is drawn, because you don't need to be like that. Like, you can get across your point, but still be nice. Like if I was watching someone's video and say I had something that maybe I didn't like about the video, or I thought they could have improved, like you could be like, oh yeah, maybe you do it like this time, rather than, oh that was really sucky, I don't think you should do YouTube anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a certain way about saying things, and I think everyone just needs to learn to think before they speak. And I'm totally guilty of just like saying something without thinking about it, and like I always do that to mum, and I always do that to people close around me, because I've got such a thick skin. I just assume that other people can take it, which necessarily they can't, because I can take what people say at me. Like I can pretty much take most abuse. Don't test me, like don't start abusing me down in the comments just to see if I can take it and I don't start crying. But I'm just not that person that gets affected by those things. So I think that like I can be blunt and honest with people, and obviously it's good to be honest, but maybe I'm a little bit too blunt and honest at times, and I'm a bit like, oh Misha, maybe that came out wrong, and like people won't understand what you're trying to say. But I try. Like I don't know, it's hard, because if you're one way, you think that other people can be the same, but not everyone is like that. I know some people on YouTube that get really affected by negative comments and stuff like that, but like I can honestly say I've never given more than like 5 seconds thought to a negative comment, because at the end of the day I'm doing what I'm doing, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and that's all that matters. So yeah, okay, let's continue on. Also, just a little side note on being bullied. So this is like my defense mechanism throughout life, and it has been for the last few years, and it's kind of relevant to my boobs. Of course I had to mention my boobs within a video. If you want a more in-depth boob talk video, then I will link mine and mum's boob talk on this video, because that's a great video to watch if you want some boob inspiration. I don't really know, but yes. And yes, so what was I trying to say? Oh, I was talking about my defense. So I take the mick out of the fact I have no boobs. I take the mick out of any of my flaws. I take a mick out of the fact that I have a big fat head, because then I see that nobody else could bully me or take the mick or just say something mean about that, because I'm doing it anyway. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you are the one that is making yourself the butt of the joke, nobody else can make you the butt of the joke. And I think I've done that for quite a few years. That's just how I've gone about life, and just how I've dealt with everything. Oh, I just knocked over Simon. Sorry, Simon. So maybe if you are being bullied and nothing is helping, maybe try that. Maybe see if it works, if you kind of take the mick out of yourself, whether it stops other people taking the mick out of you. I hope that helps. I don't like being able to say something and then I'm worried that like I'm gonna affect someone's life and it not be the right advice, and so I'm just like, take everything that I say with a pinch of salt. Like, don't take it as like the word that it's right, because obviously everyone has their own life experiences, everyone has their own opinions, and I don't want something that I say and that I do to affect you guys in a negative way. Like, yeah. Oh, I like this. What's the biggest thing that's changed about me? Now, it's weird because I feel like people always talk about, oh, they've changed, and they say it as a negative thing, but I don't always think change is negative. Like, I do think change can totally be positive. And over the past however many years, I have most definitely like blossomed into the person I am. And I don't mean blossomed like, OMG, I'm an amazing person, but as in I've grown into myself. Like, I've become my own person, I've got my own character, I'm unlike anyone else, and that's the great thing about everyone on this planet. Like, we are not the same, and it would be boring if we were all the same person. It would be boring if we all had the same opinions and everything like that. So yeah, I think so much has changed about me. I think my understanding as I've grown older about like things that happen in the world and like the reason for everything is a lot better. I know it's so cringe, and like younger people will watch this and be like, oh my gosh, everyone always says when you get older you understand more, but I actually do think that I do. I think when I was 15 I thought I knew everything. Like, I thought I had everything figured out, and then you just don't know. Like, everything can change in the blink of an eye in this world, and I think that's what I'm realizing. Like, even about when people say what they want to do when they grow up, I'm like, yeah, but what about in 10 years time? There will be completely new jobs that no one even knew existed. So yeah, I think the most thing that's changed about me is that, as I said, I take everything with a pinch of salt in life. I don't take myself too seriously. I don't think I know everything about life. Like, I know I've still got so much to learn, but I definitely learned a lot more in these past few years. And I think I've learned a lot more being on YouTube, and I've learned a lot more about myself, filming myself, and seeing my reaction and meeting people. Like every time one of you guys bumps into me and says hello, like I learn something, not only about you but about how I interact with people and everything like that. Like I know when I first started being recognized, I was so scared that people wouldn't think I'm the same person that I am on YouTube, or that people would think that I'm this or I'm that. But now, like if I see someone, I'm just like, oh my gosh, let's have a big old chat. Like it's so lovely to meet people and like them come up to you and like appreciate what you do, because obviously it's one thing people commenting. I absolutely love your guys' comments, and I do try to reply to every single one. Occasionally a few will slip through and I won't spot them, but I really do try and comment and reply to every single comment, because it does mean so much. But it's like a whole nother level if someone's coming up to you and saying it to you, because it just like it's like more heart, there's more heart in it. It's more like you actually receive what they're saying rather than a message. Obviously, like it's more 3D obviously when someone comes up to you, which it means so much. And yeah, I feel like there's a million more questions, but this video is already really long, so I don't know how long you guys want these videos to be. Like I don't want to make them stupidly long, because I know that like not everyone will find them interesting. But let me check if there's anything that I missed out. Oh, okay, I'll finally do one that is my biggest pet peeve. So my biggest pet peeve of life, I think I've spoken about this before, is over promises and under deliverers. There's not many things I hate in life, but I hate people that have that characteristic. Like, I don't hate them, but I hate that characteristic. And I just don't think I could be friends with someone in a relationship, or like even like have a mutual agreement with someone, or like be a companion with someone, if they were that person that over promises and under delivers. And I like to think I can pick that out of people like straight away. Like I spot it and then I kind of run, because there is nothing worse than people promising you the world and then giving you nothing. Like not giving you as in like gifts, but as in like just like the person that they are, and like the things they say that they'll do, and like they'll support you and then they don't. And like in my life, I think I've had a lot of people and come across a lot of people that have said that, be it friends, be it guys, be it even just like people in life, like teachers. I know that's really random, but it's just like, if you're one of those people out there that, I know a lot of you have like the right intentions. I know a lot of people that do this have the right intentions, that like they'd love to be able to do those things, and they say they'll do it because they want to. But I'm just like, it's safer to just not say it, because there's nothing worse than disappointing people, and like there's nothing worse than being disappointed with someone because they've said that they'll do something and then they don't.
She bored you with her life story.
Pretty much. Okay, so I'm gonna end this Misha's Chat part 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Comment down below with, yeah, that's Simon, my boyfriend. So comment down below with any other questions you have. Let me know what you think to what I've said.
Can you see why she doesn't date?
That's what I said. I just can't.
She squishes them.
I don't squish them. He shrunk.
Yeah.
Honey, I shrunk the kids. But anyway.
Honey, I shrunk the boyfriend. See ya.
Yeah, bye bye. Love you guys lots. I hope you enjoyed this video. Ooh, make sure to subscribe and give it a like. And yeah, love you lots. Bye. Mwah. Bye bye.